Greetings, this is Silly Kelly. And, this is a review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Quentin Tarantino movie. It's out earlier today. Yeah, with a bunch of previews. I won't go into the previews, actually. Let's jump right into the movie. This is probably a quickie review. It's good. It's a good movie. Well, it's good in the sense that it's a good Tarantino movie, but it may not be for everyone. It does have some odd cinematic choices. It is linear though, which is different. Usually, his movies have often been non-linear. There's flashbacks, but they are done well. It isn't just about the Manson family, the infamous '60s killers. It isn't just about that. It's about Leo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are a cowboy and a stuntman in the movie, and I won't give away any spoilers really. So they're in 1969 Hollywood, in February or so, '69. They mentioned the golden age of Hollywood, but that would have actually been 10 years earlier than that, in the 50s, really. But this movie's kind of like the golden age is sort of bladed. We got Margot Robbie in it. You had Kevin Smith's daughter is one of the hippies in it. Smith, and there's a Calcat show alum running around in the background in Hollywood. But yeah, so that's kind of funny. It wasn't me though. So I have a lot of let's see. Yeah, if I was down there, I would go to the Scum and Villainy Cantina and see Kevin Smith. But I wasn't. Anyway, so yeah, there's a bar. It was. It's about old Hollywood. It's a fable. So what's in it is not really meant to be a real thing. There's elements of real things in it, like the cowboy show in it is kind of like Wanted Dead or Alive, which was from the 50s. The little bit of gun smoke thrown in there as well. The Valley of the Dolls girl in it isn't exactly Sharon Tate, but kind of. Ranch compound isn't exactly where the Manson people plotted everything, but it's in there. One of them visits it, and by mistake, the ranch was the ranch where he used to do cowboy movies. He goes there, and the behest of one of the hippies, and and he gets a laced cigarette with, which comes into play later on. It's laced with drugs. The acid. I understand that that's a hallucinogen. Probably don't want to mess with it. So yeah. But this is not one of his. This does not start off like Hateful Eight, where it's all super violent all the way through. It's actually just kind of a drama with some jokes in it. I would say it's a drama. Not a dramedy, not a comedy. It's a drama. You could say dark comedy whenever the jokes are bad, because it is kind of dark. Dark comedy. Or drama. It's more of a drama. There are jokes, but they're meant sarcastically, so I would say drama. Also, let's see. Just trying to get through all the key points here, giving things away. The cowboy in the movie, who's very similar to a certain Calcat character, He's has been, his Hollywood career is over, and he doesn't want to be in cheesy movies and TV shows playing the heavy anymore. Even though in this movie most of it is him playing the heavy in a TV pilot for a Gunsmoke type TV show where he's bad. There's a character loosely modeled on Meryl Streep as a child in it. There's some other people that you see from the trailer as well. De Niro's in it. Bruce Dern is in it. Apparently Burt Reynolds was going to be in it, but he died. And Luke Perry is in it. In his last performance, he died. He's just a little bit older than, so. Yeah, he wasn't that old. He was like in his 50s. A little bit older. Yeah, Brad Pitt is in his 50s too. So DiCaprio's a little younger than me. He's late 40s. Leo. Yeah, now Leo is in his late 40s. I liked him in the Titanic. Didn't like him so much in The Beach. The Revenant. That was okay. So anyway, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is kind of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which was Rodriguez. But with Hollywood, kind of. Ending with a massacre, of course, the Manson massacre. But Tarantino has a new twist on it. I'm not going to give it away. He doesn't end up quite the same way that the original did, like he did with *Inglourious Bastards*, of which this is sort of referencing. It has a Nazi exploitation story in it that references it. So in the end, Valley of the Dolls. That's the next thing you should do. A remake of that, and that sci-fi movie. You should redo the one where they're in space instead of Star Trek. You should do a Valley of the Dolls. But with space. It is referenced. There's a lot of movie references, and it moves pretty quickly for a 2.5 hour movie. And you're never bored, which is an improvement on *Inglourious Bastards*. At which point there was a 40-minute scene and discussion on making movies, which did not need to be in it at all. Could have been 15 minutes, and that would have been just fine. Slowed the movie to a crawl for 40 minutes. Don't do that. Kevin Smith imitated that in his movie *Red State*. That was not a good idea. So don't do that. I must discuss the nature of movies for 40 minutes. Oh, a lecture. So I keep yawning. This is late. Saw the movie earlier today. It's late. I'm so out here. So I thought I would give you the Once Upon a Time in America. Once Upon a Time in America. There's a pit bull in it. The Manson hippies are in it. Oh yeah, and Roman Polanski is played by a younger guy in it. I think. Is that Perry playing him? I think it might be. Or is he playing Manson? Playing one of those guys. I think Roman Polanski's been played by somebody else. But it's Polanski before he was, he was a creeper, but before he got caught. And some people in Hollywood are annoyed that they even include him in there and kind of, not so much, they don't really aggrandize him, they kind of have him off to the side like he's a playboy, he's doing things over here. Even Hefner didn't invite him to the mansion. There's a Playboy Mansion scene on there, of course. but yeah, there's that too. And the cowboy lives next to Polanski in the story. So yeah, and him and his friend are sort of like those Paul Newman movies. Yeah, I read up a little bit on this movie. and the making of it, and we were not out there when it was being made, though some of the alumni were. Wasn't me, but the credits. But yeah, the elements of Clint Cowpoke in that character, but not really. No relation. Fictionalized character, but very much like that. Yeah. So I was born in '70, so I wouldn't know much about whether the '60s stuff was accurate or not. There were only a few little gaps, but he was extremely thorough. So I think there was something involving like some props in the background on a shelf, some plastic little prop like drawers that weren't made yet until at least the '80s. Oops. But I don't think that's a deal breaker. Uh, uh, yeah, I liked the joke about he does a commercial at one point where he's clearly supposed to be like the Marlboro Man, and he's like selling the cigarettes, and he's doing the joke, and so stay for the end credits to see this end credits thing. Just a little joke they threw in there. I can give that away. And he's like doing this Marlboro Man commercial for this cigarette. At the very end, the film's still rolling, and he's all, "Oh, this is terrible!" And he throws it down and he goes, puts it out. That was pretty fun. But yeah, oh, the cigarette's the best ever. Oh, it's wonderful. It's the best cigarette ever. Okay, cut. Throws it down, destroys it. That was the DiCaprio character, the cowboy. But so yeah, so go see Once Upon a Time in L.A. if you like dark comedy / dramas with a sort of a killing spree massacre thing. Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's clearly R. It's clearly meant to be R. It's meant to be an exploitation Hollywood movie. And yeah, it doesn't pull any punches. There was also an amusing scene where a guy is playing Bruce Lee, and although you can tell he's just a guy playing him, obviously he didn't even have the technique right, but it's fine. It's okay. It works. So yeah. There's also an odd after credits sequence where they cut to Batman and Robin audio, even though they're not in the movie. There's this audio of them having a contest to call a number that will allow you to win a contest on the radio. Which they threw in there probably because Adam West had recently died, so they put it in there. So that would be funny. Just to reference him, even though he's not in the movie. Yeah, so and it's funny they mentioned Giallos in there. The Yellow movies, Giallos. They're Italian horror and spaghetti western movies, which plays into the plot of the story. The last hour of it. Last 40 minutes roughly. So, sure, it's linear enough. Reminds me of Hollywood Land a little bit, with a little bit of what was that other one? There was that noir one that was L.A. Confidential. Reminds me of that one too. A little bit of Valley of the Dolls, actually. A lot of Valley of the Dolls. A little bit of Gunsmoke and stuff. Yeah, so there's other things. Because, Quentin Tarantino saw a lot of movies, and so did we. Mark's cards. So, yeah. Yeah, so we also did. Grew up on those. And some of those. Yeah, so he's supposed to be a Robert Redford, Clint Eastwood type, I guess. The cowboy. And of course, Clint Cowpoke is a Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford parody as well. So it's the same kind of character, but younger. Maybe Clint Cowpoke was born on the hippie commune. No. uh, instead of a spaghetti western, the Holly Weird Cowboy. Yeah. So the previews were a Harriet Tubman movie. Okay, Oscar, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's a Mr. Rogers movie, biopic, well, pseudo biopic documentary. Tom Hanks, uncannily playing "Won't You Be My Neighbor" is what the name of that one is. Looks uncanny. He's gonna get an Oscar for that too. So Harriet Tubman and it's called Tubman or Harriet, either one. Yeah, and there's a gangster mall movie. I thought that already came out, but I guess another one of it came out. So there's another comedy gangster movie, dark comedy, clearly. Thought that already came out, but I guess it didn't. And there's with Rebel Wilson, I think, and Polar, other people too. Sort of a Foxy Brown ripoff. We've already done that. I'm gonna do it again. And so, yeah. So that's my review. Yeah. There were other previews, but they were forgettable. There was one about, yeah, I can't remember what the name of it is. It was one about this sort of Bonnie and Clyde, but they're like black, but it's modern. But they're not really. They're sort of like labeled that. They're like misunderstood or something. They go out on they go on a revenge spree or something. They've already done that. Yeah. So yeah. So that's it. That's my review of a Hollywood movie. Okay. Rotten Tomatoes is giving it upwards of 80%. Is it really 4 stars though? Really, guys? All the critics seem to like it. Stone Gremlins and Angry Joe Rants liked it. I think in each case, one of them liked it more than the others, so they didn't give it 80 exactly quite that much. They didn't give it 4 exactly, and it's not 4. And just because it's the best movie of the year so far doesn't mean it's a great movie. It's a good movie, but it's not a great movie. I can't say it's not a sinful movie. It's certainly sinful. So it's a good movie. So yeah, I'll give it a fair rating of 3.5 stars. Which is go see it in theaters. Seeing Pitt and DiCaprio acting off of each other as if they're buddies, sort of buddy cowboy and stuntman, is interesting to see the two of them together in a movie. Now that they're approaching 50, or one of them's older than 50 now. Pitt is older than 50. So yeah, it's interesting to see that. Just for that, just putting the two of them in a movie together, that's cool. With De Niro. Yeah, it's fine. Go see it. Yeah. So that's my review of the movie film.